opportunity. The printers, and I know a couple of printers that literally made a fortune in these last 7 months. They turned their operations to print masks, and whether it's the fancy, colorful designer masks, and imagine right now. First of all, printers are in high gear for the political season. Just look at any street corner and you see all the signs being printed, the flyers. I know that 50% of my inbox, my mailbox, are political advertisements. And so printers are knocking it down right now. And the ones that now were in, for example, the promotional products now are making promotional hand sanitizer, another market that just went off. Look at all the stuff that flew off the shelves, the daily things like paper towels and hand sanitizers and all this other stuff. All of that stuff, you think these people didn't make a tremendous amount of money? What about now? Every time I talked last week, I was at the bank, and sitting between me and my well-known longtime banker is now a plexiglass piece of clear glass on a stand, very simply made. It's probably about I would say about 3-4 feet wide, 3 feet tall, and on a simple stand. But now every 7-Eleven, every Home Depot, you name it, where you go, now there's a plastic or plexiglass or some sort of a barrier so that people can't spit on each other and contain the disease. Those people are making an absolute killing. So they saw their accelerator. And so I wanted to talk about some other ones that are out there. We talked about the medical accelerator, technology. Think about the technology accelerator, not just, for example, we talked many times about the Zoom situation, how people are now, in fact, I can accelerate the ability for me to be in a meeting I can meet more people today than I ever could before, because the commute time has been eliminated. Thank you to Skype, Zoom, GoToWebinar, GoToMeetings, and all of these electronic ways. I can sign more contracts because we're doing all of our stuff. Last night, I was talking to another group of investors that they didn't go out to their property. They rented a property without actually going out to there. They gave directions. They pulled a credit. They filled out applications, and everything else has been done remotely. So I'm now updating and really adding more stuff to the book that I mentioned was about to come out. We're actually going to add and update some more stuff to the automatic landlord information, because there's been so much going forward. You think about the virtual open houses, the virtual tours that you have, all of that stuff that's going on, that is all done, and it's been an accelerator going forward. And that's what this entire week is going to be talking about. We're not going to talk about the accelerator that happened, the pandemic. We're going to talk about the economic accelerator, and that if hopefully Washington and all those politicians get out of the way, let the economy do what it will do. Because all I know is when I talk to other folks out there, real estate investors, entrepreneurs, and we're going to talk a lot about entrepreneurs this week. In fact, before I go ahead and take my break right now, this week we have 3 workshops already planned. In addition to our 5 shows, today after our radio show, we have our automatic landlord debt shredder workshop. It's an orientation. If you're interested, all you have to do is go to automaticlandlord.com. And before the show ends, I will send you the link for you to join us in that workshop. I believe we still have some room left, and I want to invite you. It's about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on the number of questions, but it's a real nice in-depth explanation of how the automatic landlord debt shredder works. And that, my friends, is a financial accelerator, showing you how you can build equity 2 to 3 times faster without having to refinance, without having to come up with extra money, simply using your current budget. It's working phenomenally well. I'm using it personally myself and have been. Then on Tuesday, we have our time to fix my credit. You want to know about credit? I'm going to tell you about credit, and I'm going to tell you with all the time that I need on our Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. workshop. tomorrow night. It's going to start while I do the radio show. Some of my teammates are going to start the workshop at 8 o'clock, and then I'm going to join them promptly at 8:30. And it goes for about an hour or so. But if you want to know about credit, how to improve your credit, if you want to hit the 850 credit score, and I don't care if you have 400 credit scores, if you want to learn how to have 700, 800 credit scores, this is where you want to be in our workshop tomorrow. Again, if you want to attend anything, all you have to do is send me a message at automaticlandlord.com. Go in there and just type in the debt shredder workshop, the credit repair workshop. And then on Thursday, which I'm super excited about, we've got all the technical issues now worked out. We had a couple of challenges with it, but the big roundtable, the Business Insiders Group, BIG, the big roundtable is going to be immediately following the radio show on Thursday. So 3 workshops, 5 radio shows. If you don't get any information out of this stuff, then I guess you just weren't paying attention. Anyway, I have a whole bunch more to talk about on our agenda for this week, so don't touch that dial. You're listening to The Real Estate Show. My name is Eric Willner, and yes, I am accelerated, and I will be right back in a flash. So while we're on we got Marianne, how are you? Hello, hello, hello. Felipe, Stephanie from the Carolinas is watching. That's funny. I wonder why sometimes it says somebody is watching and says somebody is listening. It actually says that on my screen on my side. Wow is right? Am I sweating? Because I came back from my run at 7:47, and I had to jump in the shower and get all the stuff set up, come back here and still catch a breath. Erica Marie is watching, and I'm watching you too. So how is everybody doing today? How is the pandemic treating you? Cindy Moore, you and I have to have some catching up to do. Brian, Sam, we got a nice crowd going today. And I'm telling you, this week I'm super fired up about all of the stuff that we're doing. You know, my mission, and more than ever, is to educate and empower people as entrepreneurs, preferably in real estate. But if you know that what we're doing a couple of different things on in the vein of multiple streams of income. Coming back. And welcome back. For those of you just joining us, you are listening to The Real Estate Show, South Florida's #1 program about real estate, America's longest running daily radio show about real estate. And like I said, and I was talking to our friends who are watching us on our YouTube channel and also on our Facebook Live channel, that my mission here is to educate and empower Americans to own real estate. I think that real estate is the ideal investment. And if you think about it, and I always point out, I use IDEAL as an acronym to remind and always remember the 5 points why real estate is the best investment out there, hands down, bar none, no exceptions, no fine print. And I dare you to tell me and show me something that will do better. The I on the IDEAL, remember that to stand for income. Real estate provides real cash flow, not future interest if you hold on to that CD or if you hold on to that bond, but current, I can take it to the supermarket income on my real estate investments. In fact, not only that, but the D stands for deferred taxes, depreciation, or the other advantages. So not only do I have income, which is tax advantaged income, tax sheltered income in many cases, that exceeds and surpasses anything else that you can get out there. And while I won't talk actual rates of return here on the radio, I certainly am happy to talk to you personally about those. In fact, you know, one of the things I want to invite everybody, if you're driving there, keep your hands on the wheel, keep paying attention. Just remember, automaticlandlord.com. That's automaticlandlord.com. And on that website, there's a schedule a time button. And you can schedule a free and talk about, what's your accelerator, because I have an accelerator plan for anybody who's willing to do the work. I have an accelerator plan. I've helped more folks in real estate to achieve their real estate goals if they're willing to do the work. And so if you're interested in having that 30-minute strategy session, and if you tried real estate and it didn't work out for whatever reason in the past, we are in different times, and we're about to open up the floodgates to some very different times. And that's why I'm so bullish and focusing on this whole concept of the accelerator, because I'm going to tell you that things are not going to slow down going forward. They are going to accelerate and go faster. And I have a little saying in my office that I stare at every day that says, it's not the big that eat the small, it's the fast that eat the slow. And we have an opportunity, you and I, listening here, talking to each other here on the radio, you and I have an opportunity to participate in a huge window of opportunity that's going to be opening up over the next 12 to 24 months. Now, it may not even last 24 months, to be quite honest with you, because remember, every time one of these big things happen that we've seen before, at least something similar, it's never as big or as bad. It's never as deep, as profound as the last one was. And so today, the banks are much more prepared for an onslaught of more inventory to hit the marketplace. The funds, and there are more hedge funds now ready to buy real estate. There are more entities that weren't buying real estate. Take Zillow, for example, who is just right now having fun eating up all the realtors' lunches that they helped, that the realtors helped Zillow to be who they are today. And today, Zillow is now gobbling up all of the business that the realtors used to do with their huge online traffic and their ability to do that. So here is an opportunity for you to be not the big, but the fast in this marketplace, which is why we're talking about the accelerator. And like I said, today, right after this radio show, we're going to talk about an equity accelerator program that we are very excited about. We watch it work wonders. In fact, I know Brian on here, he's part of that accelerator group, and we have a couple of others, and I'm going to look down the list. But we are going to have a 30-40 minute sort of overview of how the accelerator works. We can talk more, answer questions, which we will. All you have to do is just go to Automatic Landlord and then type in Equity Accelerator Workshop. If you do it before the end of the radio show, certainly before 9 o'clock, I'll make sure that you get the link to be able to get in there. And as I mentioned before, we'll accelerate your commute to zero. You can do this from the comfort of your home, your phone, your tablet, or whatever it is that you want to do. So anyway, that's today. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the accelerator matrix. Now, this is a concept which I designed, and I've kind of evolved it and tweaked it. As the economy changes, I changed the matrix with the economy so that it works. So you're definitely going to want to learn more about the accelerator matrix that I'm going to talk about in our tools, tips, and techniques. And this is certainly a technique that you want to pick up on. And I want to remind you that if you like what you hear about the equity accelerator, about the accelerator matrix, if you're really serious about doing well in business as a micro business, remember our Thursday, our workshop. This is going to be a cool opportunity on Thursday for us to network, share each other's businesses, what works, what doesn't work, where the opportunities, where the silver lining is in each one of these gray clouds. And so on Wednesday, remember that's our midweek report. So Wednesday is when we start looking at the news in the marketplace, and whether it's stimulus related, whether it's real estate related, finance, mortgage, any of those things. If we see an opportunity and we see that it's going to fit into our theme of the accelerator, an opportunity that for you to grab hold of this ring and then accelerate you forward, stay tuned for our Wednesday show. Now Thursday, well, About the Money, our ATM edition of the Real Estate Show, we're going to talk about the Mortgage Accelerator. So you're going to learn more about how we're going to take the mortgage payments that you have and accelerate those forward so that they have a bigger impact, and so that you're essentially paying next month's mortgage with this month's payment, thereby canceling. Remember the concept of interest cancellation? That's what we're going to talk about on our Thursday show. Well, Friday, that's time for maybe a little deacceleration when we wrap everything up and summarize the high points of the week. And perhaps we'll even include this coming Friday. We'll go back to a little bit of our online happy hour on our live real estate show Facebook page. Anyway, I'm super excited to share with you the agenda for the week. I want to leave that question now with you at the end of our show, as I did at the beginning. What's your accelerator, and how are you going to make it come true? Again, if you want to talk about making an accelerator plan, join us at automaticlandlord.com. Send me a message or sign up for our free 30-minute consultation. It's absolutely free, absolutely no obligation. I promise you're going to walk away with there at least with some insights and perhaps a more positive view of real estate. But the music is in. I'm on my way out. The time is up, and we'll be back again, same place, same time tomorrow. So until then, drive safe, wash those hands, and make it an accelerated day. Thank you, man. That's what you get for putting a guy alone in a radio station, highly caffeinated and unsupervised. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up the YouTube transmission. Thank you very much.